Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, non-gender conforming individuals to a Friday Trap edition of Political Thirst Trap, Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. I'm Benjamin Dixon, always here with these two dudes that get on my nerves because I was trying to sleep in this morning. Marcus Farrell, how you doing, man?
I'm happy that I was the first voice that you heard this morning. It was the voice of
Boy,
God. It was the voice of
it was
God.
like I was like, man, look here. I said, y'all know I got to love these niggas. Bro, I looked at that phone. You saw how long it rang, right?
Oh no, you were thinking. I heard you thinking from over here. If I answer this phone right now, then I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna end up doing the show.
I'm gonna end up doing the show. I heard the whole thing. It was actually a very interesting thought process because it lets me know, hey America, Ben Dixon, everybody who's on Ben Dixon's channel, on the Clickbaity channel, the brother Ben loves Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap because he
Yeah,
shouldn't
I
be with you
love
this
yeah.
morning. But good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mondale.
But how you doing, man?
What's up, yo? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. These high definition cameras got my. I was gonna put on some shades, but I just threw some hot water on my face.
Don't do it, because if you do, Francois gonna have something to say.
Right. Plus, I got cheap shades, man. I ain't got no some Gucci. Gucci's like the only brand I know apparently, because that's the only thing I ever bring up when I talk about something nice. So anyway, what's going on, fellas? What we got going on this Friday? I'm drinking this coffee. Did y'all watch Ice Cube on Roland Martin last night?
I did. I take back everything I said.
Goddamn, Marcus Farrell. This was worth getting up for, if no other reason. What happened? I didn't see it, but I heard he was not prepared at all.
I mean, first off, Ice Cube came at the situation a little bit more humble. And one thing that I've been watching ever since yesterday was I went and watched everything that he said about it, right? He's been humble, like say what you want to, corporatist, trying to make money on his own. I mean, the brother admitted, listen, this is a new space for me when it comes down to politically. But, Roland did a good job basically saying, okay, what was in your plan that hasn't been presented already by the CBC, right? Now, we know for a fact that the CBC hasn't, Ice Cube hasn't really been, he couldn't have been following the CBC because, if that was the case, so first Roland put his back against the wall, and Cube didn't really react the best way, which let me know that he might not have, like you guys said yesterday, he might not have been prepared. The issue is, and I'll go back to yesterday. If people don't see it, if the CBC already produced it, then where's your advertisement? Like, where's the CBC's acknowledgement of them doing these things, right? And also, where's the change agent, right? Like, where's the negotiation across the board? Where's the actual real policies that come from it, right? Do the CBC members produce this stuff, and every time they produce a reparations bill, they get shot down? Every time they produce a plan to do something about policing in our community, does it get shut down? Are we not politically savvy enough as the CBC to actually get policies ran across? I mean, are CBC members actively accepting private prison donations and make them not go as hard? We need. There's a lot of questions that I have around, and I know how DC works, right? One amazing thing about Cori Bush when she got elected was Cori Bush took out a brother who was pretty progressive when it comes down to the CBC members, but also played games in the CBC, played games and actually would not fund things if certain things didn't get through to him. It's a big corporate game that they're all playing. But my question is, and this is why the allowance of Cube to even be able to put something in, if the CBC had done an amazing enough job, if Congress had done an amazing enough job to actually promote, this is what we've done for Black people and this is what we proposed, so everybody in America knows it, but it was almost like, Black issues and a contract with Black America or whatever it was from our elected officials was treated like a side piece, somebody that you don't necessarily want to take a public picture with or hold hands with in public. And that's my problem. Because if we had been holding hands with Black policies out loud and out front, then Cube wouldn't have had the space to put in anything with Trump.
But I still I don't disagree with anything you just said, especially about the CBC, the Democrats. That's the problem. But I just gotta go back to the very beginning where you said you took back everything you said yesterday.
I'll take back everything I said because he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Like he didn't have the proper consultants to actually give him his talking points so he can go up again. You don't go on Roland show and not know what the hell you talking about. Don't go on Roland show.
I give Roland. I give Roland, like, listen, two things Roland does really, really well. Roland bring the receipts and have his research ready, and Roland reads these articles, these scripts and stuff. I mean, like reading a teleprompter or reading off a notebook is a skill set in and of itself. And that brother is researched and ready, and he reads like Morgan Freeman narrates. So you don't dare go on Roland Martin's program unprepared, because even if he isn't prepared, he reads like he's been reading this thing and preparing for 30 hours straight. So
problem is
somebody should have told Ice Cube that. Go ahead, Mondale.
Somebody should have told Ice Cube, shut the fuck up, sit his ass down, and don't go on Roland Martin. Take your ass and go do an easy interview on Fox News or the Red Table Talk. He went to Roland Martin and thought just because it's online, it's a regular ass show. Roland Martin is a thorough ass journalist, and anybody who thought he wasn't got to see it last night. Ice Cube tried to play him talking about when he asked Ice Cube, when he asked him because Ice Cube said Trump made adjustments for what's in my plan, put it in their plan, because I saw lack in their plan when I saw it, talking about the platinum plan that Trump got. So Roland said, good, I read the Trump's platinum plan line by line. Which one of those lines came from you? He said, well, you got to read, this is what Ice Cube, after a long pause, it was awkward as shit. For real, it's, I don't mind silence, but literally it was awkward. Then Ice Cube was like, well, you got to read my plan, the contract with Black America, to see where the stuff is, to see the overlap. Ice Cube Roland said, I did that too. Now tell me, where is the overlap? Look, when he did that, I was just like, oh boy, you're in trouble. So Ice Cube then, think about this, he's talking about his own plan, looking for overlap in Trump plan. Ice Cube did do another one of these awkward ass posts, except he did something weird. He spent like 10 or 15 seconds looking at, I guess, another computer like away from the camera, looking at another computer, trying to find something that matched. And he was like, well, and then Roland tried to throw him a bone. Like, cause he said, well, he said, well, you know what, after looking at it, you know what, you got me, you right. And then Ice Cube said, yeah, which makes me believe, like, motherfucker, did you even read your own plan? Bro. You didn't know there was no overlap in your plan and Trump's plan? So that means you ain't read one of these plans or both of them.
So that actually also means that Donald Trump and his squad.
Hustle him.
This nigga got played.
Think
That's
about
the
that.
head. God.
Thank you. Like I said, you got used as a ploy this close to election. You were 2016. You are to 2020 what the emails were to 2016. You better not fuck it up for us, boy, because we're gonna blame you for it. Melted cube ass motherfucker.
Hold on, wait a minute.
We're gonna have to test to see how tough that nigga really is, man. He messes up. No, go ahead, Marcus.
Oh no, yes they showed that he ain't tough. That motherfucker buckle, boy. All that pressure. Shit.
We can't start the trend of blaming black men for elections.
That was a joke, bro.
I know. I'm just kidding. Listen, I do have one last thing to say on the topic. Plans, and more plans. Booker T. Washington wrote a plan. Frederick Douglass wrote a plan. The Black Panthers wrote a 10-point plan. Jesse Jackson wrote a plan. Al Sharpton wrote a plan. The CBC wrote a plan. Ice Cube wrote a plan. Hell, Bill Clinton had a plan in his hand. Like, there are so many plans. We are planning everything. But the execution, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's why I'm skeptical about everybody's plan.
I'm just glad we got the fedora, Marcus, this morning, man. Because that nigga Cube almost broke up the band yesterday episode.
We were pretty hot yesterday. I will say this though, we forgot that Marcus, you named all these plans, brother. You forgot The Klan wrote a plan.
Klan had a plan too. And hey, hold on, but their plan actually got executed.
Yep.
A lot of those plans you named got executed. Just the Panthers plan got executed. This is the reason. It don't matter if we get credit or not. The Panthers are the reason we have free lunch in school. The reason we have free health clinics in this country is because of the Black Panthers. So whether you give them credit for it or not, whether white folk know that or not, doesn't matter. That came from something that the Panthers was actually executing. The idea of coalition building, whether people believe it or not, is a Panther thing. Fred Hampton, at 21 years old, was working with the racist brothers who, what were their name? Sons of the Confederate from the Appalachian Mountains, coming down with their hillbilly outfits on, and the Brown Panthers, or the Brown Berets, and also what's the AIM, American Indian Movement.
Yeah.
All of these people were working with Fred Hampton. So, the idea of plans and coalitions isn't a new one. But what, like Marcus said, it's so many that are trash, people look at them skeptically. And this was one of those that fit into that trash thing.
But, my thing is, there's so many trash ass plans from all across the board, not just with Black people, but with pipelines, right? And silly ass plans like let's frack the coast. There's so many stupid plans that get executed that has much less beef to it. But if there's a corporate interest behind it, those plans actually work out in comparison to a plan that actually will save a whole segment of poverty and mistreatment and reverse the effects of Jim Crow and policing in America.
Oh, that's easy though. That's the plan. That the oligarchs' plan, the ruling elite plan, is to make sure none of our plans are ever fully implemented. Because if our plans see, y'all got me up, and I should be asleep. If our plans are ever fully implemented, that's gonna hurt their bottom line. That's gonna hurt their economic power. That's gonna hurt their political power, and they can't ever allow that, man. So you're right.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say that Bernie had a plan.
Oh. Let me read you a couple comments.
Somebody on Facebook said the movement for Black Lives have a plan. The movement for Black Lives don't even have a plan. That is a very, and I don't rock with a lot of situations. That is an amazingly detailed thought of Black life, and not just in America's borders. It's also like beyond American borders. Talk about what our relationship to Palestine should be, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if you haven't read that platform, you should definitely check it out. It is massive and also well thought out.
I like that.
And that ain't my cup of tea over there.
You said you elevated it. It's so detailed. It's not a plan. It's a platform.
Yeah, it truly is. It's we signed on when I had Kanye's Institute as an organization. We signed on as one of those members. But it's well thought out. That's why I laugh when people are like, oh, there's nothing out there. No, people aren't doing anything. I'm like, first of all, you're disrespecting so many Black people who've been doing this work forever. And also, just because you got woke yesterday, don't give you the right to discount everything that's been happening when your ass was asleep, bro. And that's what Ice Cube did. Somebody on my Facebook timeline was like, hey, this is like a rapper, one of these new rappers making a song called Fuck the Police. And then saying, nobody in hip hop has ever said anything.
Hey, what's the name of that cornball little boy who came out with an R&B, got a little R&B song and thought that he was the king of R&B and said that to Keith. Jacquez said that to Keith Sweat. Come on, man. Come on. You just got on the scene like 2 days ago, and you think you with your bruh. And the problem is that it honestly didn't have to be like that, because Cube has been around for a long time. Right. Cube got the connections. He could have gotten all like he could have just, when people go into a space and they try to recreate something and they haven't looked to see who all is already in that space, it's already a failure, man. Because you don't have to recreate the wheel when people already have been doing this work for years.
Ben and Marcus.
What up?
Think of the truth is in the answer. What you just said, Ben. Think about that. You are so arrogant that you can go on Roland Martin and think it's okay to say this to one of the most brilliant Black minds when it comes to journalism right now, right? Roland Martin, you can see him and say, I'm new to this, but you just wrote a contract for Black America. Shit, you didn't even involve, man. You know what I'm saying? Think about that.
That's some hubris, bro.
Think
That's some
about that.
hubris.
I'm new to this, but I just wrote a contract to Black America. But it's in a movie screen.
Well, if we look at this, I'm not gonna clown that man too much. I'm about to get on this movie. Let me read a couple of chats and let's do one each. One of y'all take Facebook, stay in Facebook. I'm gonna stay on YouTube. And Marcus, can you go on the Twitter? I don't know how many people watching this on Twitter, but they may have some comments for us. Julie Alvarez sent us a super sticker with a cup of coffee. I'm assuming that's for me because somebody else in the chat room said Ben looks sleepy. Rivka is giving all three of us a shout out, saying these beautiful Black kings. But then she gives an extra special shout out to Marcus, saying I love heart Marcus, smiley face with hearts. Let's keep going.
Appreciate that.
What's that?
Appreciate that.
Oh, you took yeah. No, it's love.
That.
We got torches and pitchforks saying today was a bad day. Ice Cube. All right. Ian Davis said, I appreciate you, brothers, just showing love. And hey, man, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We got 229 people on YouTube that are kicking it with us. Anything good popping in Facebook?
Two things happened on Facebook. Julian Mack said, Roland Martin show demonstrate why independent Black journalism isn't so important. That is a fact.
That's
Kendrick
right.
Scott, who is one of my first people I looked up to in my life, said Roland Martin spoke on y'all like y'all platform is incredible yesterday.
He spoke on who?
Us.
Like our platform was incredible?
Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation with him about that.
He's talking about yesterday morning because I think, or is he talking about yesterday night?
Kendrick,
is he talking about before I spoke with them or after? Like, cause I'm trying to get the timeline. I know he has no idea when I spoke to him.
So ask him, Kendrick, what did Roland say about clickbait?
Because I think he was talking. Well, this might even not be better, but let's let him answer.
Yeah,
let's let Kendrick answer.
Go to the next.
Speculate. Go ahead.
What's on Twitter?
No, I don't see anything yet, but I just logged on, so it's all good. You guys watch any of the
town
halls last night?
Just what comes on Twitter. Because I wasn't giving nobody any ratings yesterday. Not Joe Biden, but definitely not Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is just being the moron that he is. But I will give what's her name? Savannah Guthrie. Is that her name? From Today's Show. She has the line of questioning that I saw. She pressed the president really good, as I think the moderators of these debates should. So that's all I saw.
Yeah, no. What I noticed was, so I went back and watched both of them late last night, and what I noticed was, Trump looked bad, Joe looked good. I'm starting to see the effects of a long campaign. And all of the showmanship tactics that Trump has used for the past 3.75 years, actually 4 years, I'm starting to see them not being as effective anymore. I saw a post that said that live viewers, it was like 100,000 people watching ABC, and it was like 500,000 people. 100,000 people watching Trump, and like 500,000 people watching Biden.
Really?
So that gotta hurt Trump's ego, because the first thing that comes out of his mouth is ratings. Right? And if Trump had better ratings than Joe Biden, there'll be at least 12 tweets about it this morning from the president's account.
Right. That's what. Go ahead, Mandela. If you watched any of it? Any thoughts on it?
Clips. I have thoughts. Donald Trump thinks $400 million is a small fraction of anything. He's trying to not make us not believe our lying eyes and think that $400 million, him owing $400 million to a foreign entity isn't a big deal for the United States president. Yeah. Secondly, it shows how ill-equipped and also how small his information diet is. And I'm excited that it was on display and he was on stage by himself. I saw a couple times there was a person at the town hall in the back of the screen, like you can see her in the back, just shaking her head like this. Spanish. All you can see is her red mask just going back and forth. And in my head, it was like that Make America Great, because it was that same color red. And it was just like, but she didn't have Make America Great. She was just shaking her head. And I'm thinking to myself, this is a person who believes Trump did not make America great. His responses are showing that. And the beautiful part of it is Trump thinks it's still 2016 and he's running to be president. He's forgotten that he's been president. and he failed epically. And it's continuing to get worse and worse for him. So I'm super excited that he's so dumb that he doesn't know that he's not running against Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama. Those people have basically faded out of the memory. He don't know how short America's political memory is. He too, just like Ice Cube, is a political novice and don't realize how short political memory is. People probably don't even remember anything about Barack Obama's presidency anymore. Oh, by the way, there's a whole group of people who came online that couldn't vote when they voted for Barack Obama. I mean, couldn't vote, that don't know nothing about that presidency, and your ass is you're gonna feel the heat of that. If you don't believe me, look at the numbers from who's already voted this early voting, this election cycle, right? I mean, you look at places like Georgia, who's up 286%. This time last year in Georgia, 2016 in Georgia, 107,000 people have voted. Already 600,000 people. They match our demographics. In 2018, women were 56% of the people who had voted, and Black people were 34%. Right now, Black people are 40%, which means more Black men have been to the poll. 124,000 Black men in Georgia already voted. Already, we still got 2 more weeks of early voting. And 30,000 of those Black men didn't vote in the general election for Barack Obama, not in 2008 or 12, or they didn't vote for Donald Trump in 2016. So guess what that means? They ain't excited to go vote for Trump again. They ain't vote for him the first time. They're excited to get his ass out, is what you can extrapolate from that. So, and this is not just happening in Georgia. If you look at what's going on in Pennsylvania, I think 1 in 5 votes in Philly or something like that have been Black people. It's crazy how many people have turned out. If you look everywhere, people standing in line 11 hours to vote. And Donald Trump's town hall was the reason why. Not that town hall itself, but it's the proverbial Donald Trump's administration that looks just like that town hall.
I think it's
he called that woman cute last night.
Oh Lord. I think we I don't want to be too optimistic, man. We still got to make it past November, and we still, like, even when we make it past November, Trumpism will still be in America. The same problems that we had before Trump will still be in America. But the unique problems that Donald Trump is inflaming, that we can stop the hemorrhaging. That said, if we could survive, like America had to grow the hell up in a really fast way, because people used to like the clown show that Donald Trump gave them. Like, people would support Donald Trump just because he was funny. And that's, and he was entertaining and it was good for ratings. And that's how he ended up becoming president. And so if we're at the point where it took 217,000 deaths, it took a major recession, it took the renaissance of white supremacy, it took just the downright barbarity of Donald Trump's behavior for America to finally say, okay, you know what? We got a lot of problems, but we can't stay here. That's a level of maturation that I think could actually help us in the long run. And I don't want to be too optimistic about it, but the fact that Donald Trump, people are just tired of his clown show, shows that America actually can get sick of something. We have the capacity to actually grow the hell up. That's what I'm seeing. And that would be an amazing thing.
With the risk of putting an egg on my face and giving y'all the ability to laugh at me for now to infinity, you and Marcus and the whole world, I'm gonna say something that people might scream about. I'm not saying Joe Biden's gonna win 49 states. I am saying he's gonna win states that Democrats haven't won in a long fucking time, and gonna eliminate Donald Trump's path to victory. And all these consultants are saying that the path to victory goes through Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. Y'all all playing by the same playbook. You didn't include Georgia. And I ain't complete. I'm not saying that Mike Espy is going to blow out Mississippi, but I'm saying that race might be closer than y'all are thinking. So I'm saying Mississippi is gonna surprise some people. So we'll just watch that. But I'm telling you, Georgia's gonna cut the head off of the Republicans' ideal of what it means to be a red state or a blue state.
I'm gonna toss it to you, Marcus, but I want to read a comment because it kind of echoes what you're saying, Mark Mundell, but it's from our friend Gio Francois. He sent to the super chat and he said this. He said, if Black and brown people are going to stand in 4-hour lines to vote for Biden in the COVID era, shouldn't they have their guaranteed material needs met? I'm going to truncate that last part. The answer is yes. But of course, obviously, we're not even fighting for our material needs right now. We're fighting for our actual physical lives. The reason the threat of COVID, the threat of COVID is so real is because of this administration. And Black people and brown people are all around this country. Like, they showing the hell out at this point. And this speaks to what you're talking about, Mundell. Like, the kind of pushback, and you, Marcus, the kind of pushback that Black people and man, hell, even some white folks that voted for Trump are giving Donald Trump at this point. They are risking their lives. They are putting their lives on the line to say, we got to get this dude up out the paint. Marcus.
No, I agree. I don't have much to say about this. I think Arizona is going to go blue too. That's all.
Arizona.
Yeah, I think Arizona is going to go blue. Here's what I think. I think Arizona is going to go blue. I think Biden will get elected. I think once Biden gets elected, we're going to have to go back to putting pressure on these folks, right, immediately. I think that without shows like Clickbaity and Ben Dixon and Mondale's work and everybody's work that does a little progressive independent media, that the Democratic Party will literally think that the party itself will think that it has an ultimatum to keep up modernism. I think that we need to, as Black people, need to be very careful about once we get Joe Biden elected, that we don't get thrown out of the bus again. And all of a sudden, magically, all of the issues that everything else in America, because if you notice something, big conversations that have happened during this presidential cycle has been based around race, has been based around the depths of COVID and the amount, the outrageous amount of African Americans and Latino people who have died from this, right? What can't happen is as soon as a Democrat becomes president, all of a sudden we go back to, well, let's just grow the economy. Well, let's figure out how we can stop bombing Syria. Well, let's figure out how we can, get Medicare. And we need to get a lot of these issues handled. But typically what happens is that the issues that have been most important, the issue that almost burned this country down, that is Black folks getting killed by police and Black equity and Black and brown folks getting mistreated by different parts of society. Is that going to go away? Nope. Right? And I mean, if we look at history and naysayers can say whatever they want to about this viewpoint of Black progressives, right? But we're not wrong about one thing: ain't shit changed. So, yes, Joe Biden, go vote for him because we have a better opportunity to actually have these conversations. But the problem is who's going to be in the room once he gets elected. So I like to go back to that because I'm keeping a healthy cynicism about this election. I mean, it is what it is.
No, that's healthy cynicism is right. I've already put it out on Twitter. One, ain't nobody going to be able to say that leftist, socialists, hell, me specifically, that we didn't do every damn thing that we possibly could to help them get rid of Donald Trump. That said, as soon as this election is over, man, I'm sure y'all are too, but I'm personally about to open up a can of whoop ass on the Democrats like I ain't never opened up before. Because one, they are part of the reason Donald Trump is in power. Right? As much as they try to blame Black folks for 2016, no, it's the Democratic Party. If there's two people that's responsible, two groups that are responsible for Donald Trump in the first place, it's the racists in this country and the Democratic Party establishment. They're responsible for Donald Trump. No, we're going to do the dirty. We're going to help y'all clean up y'all mistake. We're going to do it. And I hope everybody goes out and votes for Joe Biden. But I don't got no confidence that Joe Biden is going to do a damn thing for us. The only thing he's going to do is not be a fascist. And that's how raggedy 2020 is, right? But it is what it is. Here we are. November 4th, it's not even about applying pressure. It's about just raining down destruction on the Democratic Party in every way imaginable. I'm not trying to destroy the party, but if that happens in the process, that happens. Because I got no love for them whatsoever. Yeah, and I'm still messing up because I'm still on 3 hours of sleep, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So the point is, Marcus, I echo your sentiments like 100-fold, man. I don't have any confidence that Joe Biden's campaign or his administration is going to be beneficial to reversing any of the problems that pre-existed Donald Trump.
if I can, I say something real quick, Mondale? Because I keep looking at I'm looking at the chats, and
I'm looking at the chat too because that's what I'm about.
There's been a constant theme this morning, at least when it comes down to me. And y'all are asking what happened to Hoodie Marcus. Okay, all right. Here's what happened to Hoodie Marcus. Hoodie Marcus is going to appear on November 4th, like a ghost in the night. Hoodie Marcus will appear when you say neoliberalism 3 times and spin around. Hoodie Marcus will appear. I will come back. Hoodie Marcus will make his next appearance on November 4th, tearing up every goddamn thing. But until then, right here, I need to make a pretty decent plea because yesterday I went a little hard. So until then, I'm gonna make a pretty decent plea to Americans. I'm not going neoliberal. I'm just going more so shut the fuck up until this thing is over. So Hoodie Marcus will be back, and I'll tell him you guys said hello. Thanks.
Go ahead, Bardell.
So to clarify, no one has ever said anything fucked up about Clickbaity because apparently we are the shit and we know that. So Kendrick just responded to what Roland said. Roland actually said something about when I was on his show. He said, apparently Roland asked the question, who's building the movement for black men? Somebody said Mondale Robinson. He said Mondale Robinson came on my show and didn't have any answers for his program. Marcus, you were at the house when I did that interview. Roland, you're full of shit if you said that. We had connection issues. We had connection issues, but I always have answers for the work I'm doing. And since we're on the topic of my work and what I'm doing for black men, let me just fucking tell you, Mr. Whoever, not just Roland Martin, it's good news for me to brag about Black Male Voters Project, and I think I'll take the time to do that right now. Never in the history of niggerdom has anybody done what the fuck we've done. 12 million text messages to black men. More than 2 million phone calls, 900 ringless voicemails. We created virtual interactive literature. Motherfuckers don't even know what interactive literature is. When we go canvassing, we drop off literature. People can scan QR codes and get videos about voting and also create a vote plan. We created that shit.
We're never in the history of niggerdom. Say it again, please.
Yeah, never in the history of niggerdom. Also, if you want to know what else we did, we're operating in 17 states. Every state from Virginia to Florida, over to Texas, up to Milwaukee, up to Wisconsin, and then back over to Pennsylvania. And we've talked to every black man in those states with a cell phone several times, not to mention the amount of money we're spending on digital advertising. Fuck out of here. And we're responsible for the content that became 2 viral videos. One of them is Get Your Booty to the Polls, which his ass was bragging about. That's our script. Those are our talking points. And we also redid the bill so it don't look like that boring white shit, and it's a black version of the bill.
Hey, the bill sitting on Capitol Hill.
Hold on. Yeah. I got to also back Mondale up because I was there when he was on Roland Martin's show.
Lame, bro.
Right? Like, first.
Super lame.
The internet was acting up.
Yeah,
right?
We were on vacation.
Yeah, we were literally on vacation at a house that was over 200 years old.
Right. Built by a black man during slavery, fucking Roland Martin.
I'm gonna need the disclaimer once you're done, Marcus.
Yeah. Secondly, it would be a disservice to ever say that any of the black men on this show don't know what they're talking about, right? Individual conversations. Ben Dixon has probably affected over at least conversed himself with 2 million, 3 million black people at one time. If you look at all of his shit put together, I've registered 400,000 black people, not by myself, but I led an organization that registered 400,000 black people in the state of Georgia, right? And Mondale is literally doing work and talking to millions of black men and black people.
Face to face.
Yeah, face to face. So like between conversations, voter registration, and engagement, you got all 3 on this show. So it's a little disingenuous. I mean, and we all 3 of us talk to Roland. So maybe we have to have another conversation. That's all.
All right, somebody give me the disclaimer.
Oh, okay. So on Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap, the morning show on Ben Dixon's channel and also on Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap, we typically get in a little trouble because we have to defend people who we normally would not defend. This is one of these moments right now that's about to come up where one of our members of this show has to actually go and defend somebody that they normally want, probably go against the grain. Yes, yesterday you saw this disclaimer before I spoke about Ice Cube. And also I've done the same thing with the CBC. Mondale, my brother Mondale, has also defended
the billionaire donors,
the Democratic donors. And in the past, well, we don't have to worry about in the past because obviously Ben Dixon is going to do it right now. So with that being said, the disclaimer is over. Ben Dixon, what do you got to fuck up?
I'm about to tread carefully here. Now, normally I would just regularly defend Roland Martin. In this context, I'm less inclined to do so, which is why I wanted the disclaimer. I'm only going to say I want to actually go back and watch the clip myself, and I think we should. And it's not to undermine anything that y'all just said, because everything that you went through, first of all, never in the history of niggerdom have we seen this kind of stuff. So absolutely, Black Male Voter Project is doing the damn thing. I actually, and I know you spoke with them also. I actually spoke with Mondale. I know you spoke with Roland yesterday, and I spoke with Roland yesterday. So I'm gonna say it's a tentative defense. And I might have to tentatively take it right back because I want to go back and watch the clip myself, because my understanding of what he said on the show yesterday was that he just hasn't heard about it and that he wants to promote it. If that's what's been going on, he hasn't heard about it. And that's not your fault. It's not Black Male Voter Project fault. It is what it is. So it's a tentative defense of him and saying, well, maybe we should check out the clip first to see for ourselves. And if it verifies, if it fact checks and it checks out that he sold, threw y'all under the bus, then we'll handle that accordingly. But I'm gonna say, let's go watch the clip ourselves. That's the only kind of defense I can give him, and it's a tentative defense.
That's right.
Yeah, I ain't even mad at that because I felt some type of way screaming at Roland like that, because I'm a fan of Roland and how he built his own platform when white America was trying to question him. I love that. So I texted him already this morning. As soon as I saw the comment, I screenshot like, why am I seeing this comment on my fucking show that you said something negative about me, and all I do is big up you since I met you the first time in 2012. And that's a whole other conversation. What I will say though is, I remember, somebody coming for you said something sound like jealousy a few shows back.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah.
This is gonna be one of those moments where I sit the fuck back and pop my Black Male Voter Project collar, because I promise you, as an organization that's a year old in 14 or 13 days, we'll be a year in 13 days. I bet you'd be hard pressed to find a Black male organization that's focused on us, that has raised as much money, billions, in 1 year, and still talking shit to white people about white people's ways.
You taking their money and talking shit.
Why I'm getting their money, I'm talking shit. Because, and it ain't to be coy, it's because Black men are suffering in a way that's real. So I find it real hard for Roland to say I ain't had nothing to say about my work when goddamn Australian media can call me and do a damn expose on the work. When it's on French news, they're talking about the work. When the Spanish news in Lourdes, North Carolina, La Noticia is writing about the work.
Let me read this coming from YouTube. I think it's definitely dope. Run It Black Politics. You guys know them? I don't know who they are particularly.
I don't know who's behind it. That's a pretty general name.
Right. Well, they said love hearing how y'all's actual organizing is playing in 2020. Marcus, they said, I knocked on doors with Marcus one time in Arizona, so I know he about that life. So I'm sure they'll connect and let you know who they are behind the screen name. And that's honestly, like, what's really dope about this show, man, and why I never regret doing it, even if I really regret having to get up to do it. But man, there's like legit between the three of us, you got the ground game, you got the air game, and you got the relationship game, and everything in between, like ground game. Everybody cares a little piece of all that. But like, we done some work. Like legitimately have done some work that could put us in circles where we can text somebody like Roland Martin, or we can hit somebody up from MSNBC, or we can hit up a top politician in this country. You know what I mean? So as people are kicking it with this program, I guess I am popping our collars. Like I'm collectively popping all three of our collars at the same time. Like when you watching this program, man, you're dealing with some heavy hitters who may not have the biggest name recognition, but that's only because we still young. Give us watch us work. Watch what happens.
Wait. You know, I don't even matter about the name recognition. I mean, like,
right.
Here's what's scary to me, brother. And you're right that the tragedy is most of the time the folk with the name recognition doing Ice Cube type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They're spending more time.
Real G's moving silence like lasagna. Go ahead.
There you go. I'm done. Low money line. I love it.
I mean, I knock on doors, dude. Y'all can have these big ass Twitter conversations, and I will be a part of them. But like, what happens? We have to interject ourselves when y'all say some dumbass bullshit, right? Because we've actually been at a real door, talking to a real human being, while a lot of people are spitting that hypothetical, education, big time professor educational bullshit.
Yep.
Now we come with it. Also, just to change topics a little bit, y'all tell James Carville to stop texting me. Would y'all tell James Carville, hey bro,
I saw somebody say that.
Me. I don't want you to text me, bro. Weren't you the dude who told Bill Clinton to go back to Arkansas? No, let me slow down. Tell
maybe I'll do a virtual invite for Roland for the documentary about the work that Mark Ruffalo and Fisher Stevens is working on for Black Male Voter Project.
Really? They putting the documentary together?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that, man. That's dope, man. That's fine.
So Roland, you're definitely gonna get an invite so you can learn about the movement
and promote it. Promote the hell out of that clip, that documentary. All right, let's see what's going on, man. Let's take a second for the pause. Let's call pause for the cause. As y'all can see, my brain just don't work. It don't fire on all cylinders until it's good and been up. Marcus, tell the people where to get up with you.
Before you go, let me just say one more thing. It is absolutely amazing how we can make a show. 3 tired brains, people,
and it's still
being buzzed at the last minute, and ain't no prep in this show. It was the morning prep session this morning. The morning prep session this morning was, hey bro, I'm tired. Can y'all go live? Can y'all handle it? And I mean, like, and for this to be the show off the back of that, it's still like it's exciting, right. And it just woke me up. So
because I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth. When Marcus buzzed me this morning, I was like, this nigga, this nigga, no, I'm trying to sleep in tonight. And then I said, you know what? Maybe they're having a hard time getting the stream going. So I said, okay, I'm gonna get the stream going and I'm gonna sit out. But y'all, man, as soon as when my feet hit the floor, I saw the future. I knew I was about to do the show. It was just going to happen. And you know who else knew that? Marcus Farrell knew that when he called me. He knew as soon as my feet touched the floor, we're going to have a live ass show.
Yeah, I mean, that's because we're actually speaking from my mind. My name is Marcus for America on Twitter and Instagram. Also, take your time. You can find me at Old Man Politic on Twitch, and you can find me at Marcus Farrell on Facebook. While I got the microphone, look, go ahead and stop what you're doing right now. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button. If you're on Twitter, hit that retweet button. Say this is the best damn morning show popping or something like that. Give Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap a shout out. As Ben just said, I mean, like, we're getting up and doing this at 8 o'clock in the morning, and this is starting to feel like a job until we actually like get on the microphone. Then it becomes fun again, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm an ex-military guy, so I intentionally stopped doing early mornings after I got out. But since I'm back in it, I'm here for you. Hoodie Markets will be back. Hoodie Markets.
Yeah, but see, I want Hoodie Markets back all the time, just so long as Hoodie Marcus knows that we all on the same, we all thinking and feeling the same exact thing. So Hoodie Marcus yesterday came for blood, man. I was like, God damn. But we all on the same page. We all feel the same way. I know Hoodie Marcus knows that. Why am I talking about Hoodie Marcus like he's actually a separate person?
He's not here. No, he's a separate person. He's definitely a separate person.
He's the yin to your yang. He's a fedora to your hoodie.
That's right.
Mundell, tell everybody how to get up with you, man.
I think I figured out why people don't know Black Male Voter Project. They live on Twitter and we don't. I'm on Instagram at I am Mundell. I'm on YouTube at Mundell Robinson, Facebook Mundell Robinson, and Twitter Mundell Robinson. And Black Male Motor Project, you can find us on all platforms. Although we don't post much on Twitter because the Negroes we need to meet aren't there. So you can find us in the street though. Gang gang. I love you, man. You know I love you.
You can find me in the A. Every time y'all say that, you can find me. I go there automatically. So you can find me on Twitter, where I made my name. Nobody knew me before Twitter, so I'm going to. But it's interesting. Find me on Twitter at Benjamin P. Dixon. I was thinking about this as y'all were talking, man. You know what the truth is? Truth of the matter is I had to take to Twitter and I had to take to this media space. But where I started off first, and I know you're not saying nothing about me because my work speaks for itself.
Yeah, of course.
But I started off in this politics thing actually trying to work on a campaign, actually trying to work through the Democratic Party, because really that's all there really was at the time in my area. And you know, I'm gonna tell you, man, and I know y'all know this, man. It's just it's a country club. It's a exclusive club. It's members only. If you don't have the right channel to get attached, you're not going to be able to get that job on a campaign. You're not going to be able to get that consultant position. It's like you really got to know. And I was rejected a whole lot. And after a while, I was like, you know what? I don't know why I'm wasting my time with them anyway. So I just got on Twitter, started talking my shit, and started my podcast. So it's not for the sake of not having the desire to do that type of work. It's for the sake of, in the area that I was in, this just was the doors were closed left and right. So, but I agree with y'all. I want to echo some sentiment. There's a huge difference between the celebrity of Twitter and the actual work that moves people to the polls. And that's something that we got to always make sure we keep in front of us. The people who are the most popular on Twitter generally ain't the ones doing the work.
Let me say this, man. You're right. Like, campaigns can be very insulated, right? So instead of doing that, what I decided to do is run my own people, right? So outside of Bernie and Stacey, right? Every single campaign ever since Bernie that I've been around, those were my people who I decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to help your campaign out because I know you from before you even wanted to run for this office, right? And therefore, you're not going to, I can't get kicked off for saying, hey, do me a favor, say black man out loud, candidate. Just say it out loud. Right. Like I can't get kicked off the campaign for that, because in modern campaigns, if you say certain things like, respect black women and listen to black women, that can get you kicked off the campaign. If you say something like, hey, black men, anything, that can get you kicked off the campaign.
Bro, do y'all remember the time? Y'all remember the time when we couldn't even say white supremacy because people were like,
you mean 2016?
So,
bro, like, yeah.
You remember?
So I have a different luxury that most folks don't. I didn't grow up in the party, so this is why a lot of folks don't know who I am in partisan politics, because I didn't grow up in the political party. And what I mean is I didn't start out at a county party. I didn't work my way through the county system or the party system, state system, and then go into the national level or any of their auxiliaries. Never. My thing was, when I first got to the Marine Corps, what I was doing was I was actually taking my money, doing research on candidates that I liked, and I would just go work, like basically like a one-person IE, wherever this race was, go work in the black communities on behalf of that candidate. Not for that candidate, just on behalf of them after I've already done research. I did that all over the country myself, which is also a way that I own so much data on black people. And I had worked on 125 campaigns. The only time I got caught up in that bullshit, the party bullshit, when I was state chair for Veterans for a while. That was the only time. And I did that shit for a hot 2 seconds. I was like, this shit ain't for me. Like, this ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So I did that once. My entire political career has never been through the party. Not once. The 125 campaigns I worked on, well, the 123 in this country, two of them were international. So I'm flexing like you. But anyway, two of them were international. But I've never worked through the party. My entire political upbringing has been on the free side of life.
That's respect.
So I'm glad they rejected you, because they would have ruined you on what you could and say. Not that they can tell you what to say, but they're the way they train people is to believe that this is the only method that works. And you doing it your way on Twitter learned for a fact that want shit wrong what you were saying. They just can't receive it because they're making too much money over there saying this dumb shit.
That's
That's
facts.
right.
That's facts. That's
Hey
facts.
man, you got super chats, man.
Oh, I do. All right, let me go catch those, and then I'm gonna have to.
We gotta go way back. And well said, Mondale.
I'm going all the way back to the one from Nick, who changed her name from Nick McNugget to Nick something different. Hang on. What Nick? What did you change your name to? So we that's why I like these shows, because we actually get to know the people in the audience. We actually like recognize when they're here and when they're not there. We miss them.
While Ben's looking for those 50 super chat, Matthew wants to know, Marcus, if you can wear a fedora and a hoodie.
I don't know if I can support that.
Nah, it don't. It not only does it not look good, but those two personalities don't mix. Those are two completely different people.
Well, you go to the office so I can get my damn Marine Corps sweater.
Oh yeah, I still got it in the crib. My bad, bro. I don't need that shit in my house.
All right. Oh, I remember what she said. I can't find the super chat, but she said, "What y'all do to Marcus this morning?" That was earlier on in the show. I think she was just trying to feel your vibe and feel your energy. But Hoodie Marcus is on vacation until November 4th. So I can't speak for him, but I think you're fine, right, bro?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm real good, man. I'm about to go vote after this right here. Go put my early vote in. Hopefully the line ain't too long. Since I missed my run this morning with the team, I'm gonna go run me about 3 miles and pass out.
I missed the run too.
Yeah.
Even though they were streaming, I wasn't there. Jane R. That's what we're going to say. She said Republican strategists have been complicit with these racist candidates they supported. Oh yeah, no doubt.
Complicit. You're not complicit when you create the environment.
Roland, somebody named Brandon Williams said they listened to the show as well as Kendrick, and said, yeah, Roland was like, I ain't heard from Monday since he's been on my show. Roland, I'm working. I'm sorry I didn't call you golf. I'm working, bro.
Torches and Pitchfork says daily reparations. Thank you for all you gentlemen do. So he's just said in the chat, wow. Super chat is a daily reparations. Hey, solid.
We'll take that.
Hell yeah. It's better than what the administration gonna give you.
Yeah, we officially got more from Torches and Pitchforks on YouTube than the federal government has given black folks in 200 years. Benny Loco said, we got to be the change that we want to see. Appreciate that super chat. And I think there's one more. Hang on. No, hey, that's the last one for now.
I want to respond to that. Like when I get up and I go look at CNN and I go look at MSNBC, and even if I listen to POTUS on Sirius XM, I don't see us. I don't see this viewpoint. So you're absolutely right. You got to be the change you want to see. So therefore, we got to make our own platforms. And guess what? You can make your own platform too, just as long as that thing don't run at the same time as Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap in the morning.
I think Marcus, I think that's exactly what he was saying. Like his super chat suggests that he supports us, and that I think that message is saying that we are the change that we want to see. So I think that's what that's
love. That's love. I appreciate that, fellas. So we gotta. I'm up at a 9:30. That I gotta do an interview. Now we don't have to stop. I just got
9:30 our start time. We just be ratchet and go over.
Well, actually, at 9:30 would be our stop time. We started at 8:30, didn't we?
We started at 8:30 today.
Well, shoot, how long we been going? It don't even feel like. I feel like we ain't been going that long.
Now, America, this is going to be a short version of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. We want you to get on with your lives and enjoy your Friday. Do some progressive shit this weekend. Do some work, and also do some healthy shit this weekend. So do something progressive. Do something healthy this weekend. Like go on a long ass walk. If you're in Georgia, throw rocks at
wow.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Somebody just took a shot at somebody on Facebook took a shot at Roland. Not a bad shot. They were like, her name is Maria Piamila. She says, I know about Black Male Voting Project work, and she's on a tiny island of Malta way in Europe. Come through, sis. Come through.
Broke Guy Gaming on YouTube said, Roland Martin. They coming for Roland. I don't know if I want to read this one. I don't read this because I, you look up for black media.
Man, I love Roland, man.
Yeah.
I like Roland.
Yeah. I'm gonna
have to go watch a clip, but I love Roland. But what ain't kosher is to downplay what's going on over here. But I do love it, brothers.
Yeah, Torches and Pitchfork says, and like Broke Boy Gaming. First of all, thank you for the super chat, but I'm really particular about what goes out across my airwaves. And like I said, I'm tentatively defending Roland Martin until we can see the clip for ourselves. So to that end, I'm not gonna read your thing on air, but I'm mentioning it because if everybody else want to go see it, from Facebook, y'all go to YouTube and see what he said about Roland. But for me, I'm gonna wait till we talk to him because we can. I'd rather talk to my brother first before we attack my brother.
Plus, we got our own show. Like, I'm
right.
not really worried about what Roland says about us on our show. I mean,
Right.
and the same, and vice versa. I'm pretty sure he's not worried about what we say about him.
Not with all that support, bro.
We
be having like 5,000 people watching
it
him.
could be more than one black show.
Right.
That's fine. It could be more than one. We're not supposed to be monolithic, right? Until the DNC says we're supposed to be monolithic, and then we're all supposed to. But
so Facebook,
leave that
but I don't give a fuck if we're not supposed to be monolithic or not. You're not gonna come from my real work. I don't care how much we love him. So if he says some fuck shit about my work, I don't give a fuck how much we can have many shows.
Hey, Marcus.
How many views he got.
Like
he can get
that
Marcus.
That just
Marcus,
came out of the blue. Like I wouldn't even try to.
No, we gonna end the show at 9:27, and by 9:30, Mundell would have verified if he said this or not.
Yeah, damn right. You already know I am. So, but somebody asked, why local candidates don't debate like presidential candidates so folks can get a real perspective.
They do.
That's a great question. Sometimes they do, but what happens is when the presidential election happens, there's an entire committee that sets up the presidential debate, and a lot of the time, in some local capacities, the funds aren't there to support it, and also local candidates are running tighter races, meaning they have less resources to put it on. So what the community can do, if you live in a community that's not having local debates, you can easily set it up. You can come give it a group of community folk, build out the questionnaire, and then invite both candidates. And if one of them don't show up, or if there's more than two, invite all the candidates. And if the ones that don't show up, can let your debate go on. And if none of them show up, you should still ask the questions and have a town hall without the local candidates. And you should make it known that you invited the local candidates, but they didn't show up.
Mondale, dare I say that a debate as a local debate will swing more voters and swing more elections than a national debate will.
Bro, you tearing my cable, man. Sorry.
If you have a local debate in a gym and some of your city moves up, a lot of these people never heard of you. But if you kick ass in a local debate, talking about local issues that mean something to people, they will come your direction faster. There's less loyalty locally than there is presidential wise. Like, nobody,
hell yeah.
Damn, like, you gonna lower my taxes? You mean you're gonna get that pothole taken care of on 13th of May? Oh, you got my vote, bro. Like, in comparison to, I'm going to institute reparations in the next 25 years as president.
A commission to study reparations.
Like, that's not going to work. But locally, it's like, well, I'm going to take some of this money and put it back into the high school, and that's my neighborhood's reparations. Yay, you're going to get my vote.
Hey, let's do this real quick with the last 2 minutes that we got. I want each of y'all, I haven't found an answer to this yet, but I think it's worthwhile on Friday, this last show of the week. A lot of people giving us love, and we are piecing this thing together. So just take a second and tell the audience what we need from them and from your perspective to make this thing go even further and even higher. Who want to go first? Who got something?
I got something. Tag progressive media outlets, tag other outlets. They're going to ignore you. But the more that we get, the more retweets that we get, the more shares that we get. You can even hit celebrities. You can hit influencers. It's probably just going to piss a lot of them off because we don't talk the same kind of languages that they're used to. But do that, and hell, I mean, if you want to see us on the channel, then send our shit to them. We don't care.
Yeah, I'm with that. Mundell, you got anything? You on mute still,
bro.
I do. I will say this. Like, you all are listening to this content every day, 5 days a week. We're giving you all this. I know we're wrong for not showing up at 8 o'clock exactly all the time. We apologize for that. But I promise you this: when we do get on, you learn something. I hope we bring a perspective to politics that is nowhere else. And if you want more people to know about it, and also you feel more people can be informed by this, there's only one way you can do that. Talk about us and share us everywhere. Thank you.
Yep. And I'll close out with this. Dave already said it. I can't really add nothing to it. It's really about the community. We got a strong community behind us already. Keep growing that community. The other thing that you could really do to help us, in addition to talking about it, is invite somebody. Bring somebody with you when you come watch us on Monday morning, approximately 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll probably be much better on Monday morning because I would have gone to sleep on Sunday and been able to get up on time. But we're going to keep expanding, keep growing. And you know this is dope. You know this is fire. So bring 5 people with you. I'm going to do it just like we do at church. Reach out to your neighbor. Bring 5 people with you when you come next week. That's it for Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap on this Friday Trap Edition. Fellas, y'all have a good weekend. Mundell, I'll be expecting a text from you in the next 2.5 minutes once you verify what you verify. And we'll see y'all. We'll see everybody next time.
Peace, y'all.